Well, welcome to Webaloo News number 2 today from Woodbury, Minnesota. Tim, not quite as scenic as downtown Stillwater and St. Croix.
Scenic picture in the
Yes, we
background.
do. Yes, we do. Thank you, Mom. Appreciate that. With our producer Ellie Anderson, Tim Anderson, the owner of Webaloo. I'm Charlie Nikoloff, and Tim, we had really we've heard from a number of people. We had a really fascinating discussion last time.
Yeah,
about,
I think so.
Some important topics, and I think we've got a nice list for this week's edition, or this month's edition, I should say. Number one on our list for business owners and anybody who's interested in these topics this month is changes in search engine optimization and the relationship to Google reviews.
Correct.
So why don't you give us your sense of where we're at in that area?
Right. For most small businesses, Google is the 800-pound gorilla in the room. We have to live with them because they control everything when it comes to SEO. And one of the things that not many people know about is that Google relies on Google reviews of your business to determine the organic ranking of your website. And more specifically, Google will rank your website higher organically if you have a minimum of 10 Google reviews. Now, a lot of businesses don't know that, so they may have 2 or 3, or they may have 7, but you need at least 10. So we always are encouraging our customers at Webaloo to get at least 10 Google reviews. Now, some of our customers have 70 and 80. The more, the better, but you really want to hit that minimum threshold of 10 because you're really going to see a big change in your organic search results if you can do that. So how do you do that? The main way we do it is on your website. We will put a button or a bar that says leave a review with the Google logo. Simply, it's a very simple process. Whoever's visiting your website can click on the logo, can click on that link, and can leave a quick message, a sentence or two about your services or about your products. So that is the way they do it. Then it's really up to you to use a little creativity to get people to go to the website and to leave a review. Some of our customers will send an email blast out to all of their customers saying, this month we're trying to add 50 new reviews. Please go to our website and leave a review. Other times it's just verbally. Every time they speak to someone on the phone, they'll say, at the end of the call, would you please go to our website and leave a review? We're trying to get as many as we can this month. So that part is up to you, how you get your customers to leave the reviews. What we can do for you, though, is set up your website on the homepage so that it's easy for them to leave reviews. And like I said, there's probably no more important thing you can do right now in search engine optimization than to get those 10 Google reviews.
Unbeknownst to you, Tim, we have an animal trying to be a star in our video here. So,
nice.
Number 2, and let me ask a couple of questions on that. I've just noticed pretty recently a couple of businesses that I've done business with personally becoming a little more aggressive in making these kinds of asks. Is this something that really is pretty new in terms of the realization that you've got to get to that 10 and you've got to stay fresh in your reviews?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's real new, but people are becoming more aware of the fact of how important it is to have that meet that minimum threshold of 10 reviews.
Yeah. And that shouldn't be a very difficult threshold to reach, right?
No. And any kind of review is a good review, but a Google review has that extra value that it affects your organic search results.
Yeah, because they remain, as you said, the 800-pound, well, probably the 8,000-pound gorilla in search.
Exactly.
The next thing I have on my list for us to discuss today, Tim, is the importance of an updated, obviously related to what we've been discussing, an updated Google business listing.
Right.
So why don't we talk about that a little bit?
Sure. So your Google business listing is what you see when you go to you open a browser on your computer and you type not the domain for your website, but just the name of the business. And then when you get that results page from Google, you'll see on the upper right-hand side, usually in a box, it'll have a summary of your business. It'll have the phone number, the name, the address. Typically, it'll have the hours, and it'll display reviews also. So it's really important to make sure that your Google business listing is up to date, because most people don't even may not even know they have a Google business listing. But secondly, so you want to make sure you have one, and secondly, you want to make sure all the information there is correct. Your Google business listing also includes photographs. So a lot of times they'll have photographs that are taken Google takes directly from your website and places them in your review. You want to make sure that the photos there are actually ones that you want to represent your business or your organization. And you know, in terms of search also, people will see that Google business review, and it adds legitimacy, it adds value to your business when all that information is up to date. So make sure that's all that content is exactly the way you want it. And if you need to know how to do that, just give us a call and we can help you update that information.
Yeah, I think all of this would be part of sort of a standard site audit that you would conduct,
Correct.
right? And just see how are you measuring up
Right.
in these key areas.
Right.
Number 3 is also the importance of having good photography and good videography on your site for users. So let's talk about the ins and outs of that a little bit.
Yeah, we talked about videography in last month's Webaloo news, and many of our customers now are more open than they have ever before to allowing us to shoot some videography, a video for their website. But I can never stress enough how important it is to have good photography in your website, because you know, the statistics and studies show that people love websites that have good photography. There may be all kinds of things to read, but the first thing they're going to look at is your photography. They want to look for faces primarily. They want to look for people who look friendly. They're looking for people who look like them, and it's a warmth factor. It's a welcoming factor. But for example, if some of our clients, so I'll be doing a review of their website, and they'll have a photo. Let's say it's a dental practice. They'll have a photo of their waiting room, and there isn't a person in it. It's an empty room. It may look beautiful, it may be decorated nicely, but the message that's sending is, we're not that busy, and it's pretty empty around here. So that's the wrong kind of message when it comes to
it's funny because you could actually see how easily somebody in the practice could mistake thinking,
exactly.
Hey, we've got this really nice looking room for our incoming patients. Let's highlight that.
Right.
But I think you're exactly right. Psychologically, what the effect is.
Correct.
On
Yeah.
the site.
You know, we recommend that every 3 years that you have a refresh of your website or a redesign. The same time period, every 3 years, you should be re-looking at your photography, making sure that it's current, make sure it's fresh, make sure it's welcoming, and it's not stale. And you know, within every 3 years or so, it's time to look at that. And you know, Webaloo offers photographic services also. We'll come to your business or your practice, wherever you are, and we'll do a photo shoot for you. And we had some great results, and it really makes a huge difference in the presentation of your website.
Are more clients these days proactively reaching out on the video subject? You know, on trying to get some kind of videos either for the first time on their site or increased or changed. You know.
Yeah, I think the success of social media platforms like TikTok are really opening people's eyes that, you know, photography isn't enough anymore. You really, to capture people's attention, you need to use video. And I even noticed recently on Facebook Marketplace, where I buy and sell some things occasionally, you know, typically you'd have photos of the bicycle you're selling, or the microwave or whatever. Well, now people are using video in Facebook Marketplace. Sure. So if you've got a motorcycle you're selling, you take a video of someone starting your motorcycle so people can hear it running and so forth. And it just makes sense. Video is it's pervasive. It's stupid or kind of short-sighted to say it's the future, because it's what's happening right now. Yeah. And every business should really consider how they can use video on their website.
I mean, we're well past the bandwidth issue.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean, bandwidth is not an issue anymore. No. Yeah.
Well, great. Again, we've got. I mean, these are all key issues. This video will be uploaded shortly for people to access. And as always, we encourage people to reach out by email, by phone call, by text, by Pony Express, however you can, however you need to get to us, and we'll be happy to work with you on everything you've heard here today. Any other final thoughts, Tim?
I think it's good.
Good. Thank you, Ellie, and thank you everybody for joining us for this month's Webaloo video.